do you want the results? And I was like, yeah, well, we'd like to hear the results. And he had this like super straight face, and I'm like,
Oh, bad.
like, if it's not good, I don't know if we need to be saying stuff, you know. And
that water bottle that you're not using? Yeah, this is good. Not my drink over.
and then he says,
Thanks.
it was a unanimous decision. And I'm like, then why did you look at me like that? I'm like,
I think it was because like they didn't pick up our ballots over here, so I walked them back to them, and they're like, "So is there anybody on Zoom? What do we do about the people on Zoom? How do we get their votes?" And I said, "Well, I think they voted the following Sunday."
Yeah.
But I said, "There's only 2 people that are on Zoom, one
Yeah.
of which ended up being here."
Yeah.
And he said, "Well, what do I do with the ballots? Do I tell Rustin?" And I'm like, "I would."
Yeah.
It's like, he's got to know.
Well, I was kind of like, come on, man, don't give me that look. And I was like, I don't know what, anyways. Okay.
Welcome to Brighton Chapel, where you expect the unexpected. That should be our slogan.
Okay, so
I don't know, it's not on here.
it sounds like there's volume, so I don't know, you might want to just kind of put it closer to you or whatever, so. There we go. So we got volume and, so hopefully it's a better morning.
Closer.
Last week was an unexpected. Today, good morning, everybody. We're going to be talking about expecting the unexpected. And it was a little unexpected last week as we had no sound. And that's kind of hard because we never really noticed. Everybody's like looking at us going, they have no idea.
We'll see if anyone shows up today.
So anyways, so we have sound today. And if we don't have sound, let us know text us or, said something on Facebook or YouTube. Let us know that you can't hear. But so what's new? What's happening in your worlds? We already know what's happening this weekend.
But before we get started there,
Yeah.
me as a spokesman for our group here would like to make sure that you understand it's a very special day today. And I'm going to make Hayden look at you and tell you what kind of a special day it is, what special day that is, Hayden. Tell her what she is.
You can't read?
Come on, Hayden, because I know how much you love.
Professional?
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
I thought there was 2 F's in professional, maybe not. Okay.
Well, no, there isn't. But are you spell correcting me?
It is Administrative Professionals Day.
Yay.
Yes, and we appreciate that.
Thanks,
I wanted him to say it because I know that was going to break his heart to say professional. The way you two always sat at each
What does
other.
that word even mean?
Yeah, what does that even mean?
I'll teach you later.
Okay, so talk to us. Have you always, like when you were a little girl, I'm just kidding.
Was it your dream?
Was it your dream to work for these 3 guys as an administrative assistant? So have you been a secretary before you were a secretary here?
Yes.
Okay, so you got to have a mic a little bit closer just to make sure we hear you.
Yes.
So.
I was a secretary at another church, and then I worked in a dialysis clinic both as a technician and a secretary.
Okay, so you're used to being a secretary.
Yes.
Wow. What are your favorite parts about being a secretary? What do you like, and what is the worst parts?
Is this the topic today instead of expect the unexpected?
It's part of the unexpected.
Didn't expect this, did you?
That's what we're saying. It's all about you today.
We let you off the
So-
hook last night, but not today.
Oh. What's my favorite part?
Yeah, you've been doing it for how many years? Have you been? So basically, you could say your whole career you've been an administrative assistant in most of your capacities. So
Right.
what?
Right.
I mean, how many years? How many years has it been that you've been working doing this?
Well, I've been here since 2018,
Yeah.
and prior to that, I was. What are you laughing at, Jim? Hayden. Behave.
We just don't know where his mind is going yet.
I know.
It's still early.
Good. And then I was in a dialysis clinic for 10 years, but probably only 3 of those were in the office. The rest was on the floor.
Okay.
Dialysis.
Okay.
And then I was at another church for about 3 years.
Okay.
So, well, around 10 years.
Around 10 years. So what do you like about being an administrative assistant? What do you not like about being so we know what to irritate you with. So
Well, you already
you're
know how to irritate me. 'Cause
Well,
you guys all do that well.
but comparing staffs from the other church to our
Absolutely-
church, I mean,
absolutely.
This is one of my favorite
Oh,
jobs.
there
I'm
you
not-
go.
By
that's
far.
actually true.
by far this is the best.
One of my favorite jobs here, and when there's only 4 of you, if you don't get along with your coworkers, it's rough.
Yeah.
And seriously, we have so much fun at work that even when I do stupid things like I did last night and miss something on the voting ballot, it's still fun to come into work, and it's still fun to.
I saw the.
We laugh.
But I
laugh
also
more here than anywhere.
I saw the real side of you last night on that text.
I was a little
It's like
angry with
she
myself.
was frustrated with herself,
Yeah,
and
I
it's
was really
like.
frustrated.
So that's the thing. It's like it's easy. It's easy to be critical of other people, but we're highly critical of ourselves.
Right.
And it's like I'm sure, like you said, you saw that, and then and it being pointed out wasn't to like attack you or anything. It was just to say, hey, just so you know, we need to just correct that. But you probably took it. Not from that person, but saying you are harder on yourself than any.
Yeah, because I
person.
felt like I had let everybody down. Like, this is my church. These are the people that I love, and it was a silly mistake that I should have caught.
Sure.
And I didn't, so I felt like I had let everybody down, and I was angry. I was angry at myself that it was. I mean, if I'm going to make a mistake, at least make a mistake that is something that's really hard that I've never done before. I've clearly done this before and should have done it right.
Yeah, you're like no.
Yeah.
So, but we're going to be much more. So that's the thing. We're pretty honest with ourselves, and I think, like you said, we're working. We're pretty close, and so we know when, we have some attitude or, if you need to take that, do what you need to do. But so we get pretty.
Aiden just got a text about the delivery of my new car or something.
Yeah, it's probably that. Probably that. So back to the question: what do you like? What do you like most about it? Maybe it's working with people, working with the team and stuff like that.
Well, I love working with the team, but I also love working with like the church members. Like when Elizabeth calls or pops in on Fridays, and talk to Elizabeth, and I don't know, just keeping up with everybody. When I moved here, I didn't know anybody.
Mm-hmm.
I literally knew you, kind of.
Yeah.
And one other couple, and that's it. I knew nobody else here. So all my friends, all my family, everybody was back in Michigan. And talk about expecting the unexpected. If anybody would have told me even 2 years before I moved here that I'd be moving to Indiana, I would have told them they were crazy.
Yeah.
That it wasn't going to happen. Was not going to leave my kids, was not going to leave my grandkids and do this. But this is my family now.
Yeah.
I don't have any other family here. Linda Haynes is my mom away from home. I don't have another mom, so she's my mom, and I've got brothers and sisters here that I know I can call. Most people know about when Steve had that episode after his surgery where I had to call 911 because he passed out, and my one friend came over and she was helping me, and I said, call Rustin, just call Rustin. And like I turned around and Tiffany's standing there.
Yeah.
Like she's already there. And, so Rustin already knew because she called you, and then for whatever reason, well, because I'm a dog fanatic, but then I was worried about leaving my dogs. And, well, Grace was in the car with Tiffany, and Grace is our dog sitter. I mean, that's my family now. So being able to work for my family, and kind of like the family business, I guess. I've never thought about that before, but
Yeah.
it's kind of the family business.
That's true.
God's work.
Yeah.
That's really enjoyable. And I love...
That's an interesting way of looking at it. I never even really considered it like that. Like
Family of God.
it's the family business.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh yeah, maybe we might change our attitudes with each other knowing that a little more.
And the nice thing about that is, I'm the firstborn.
Hey!
That's right. That's right. Yeah, I like
Oh.
older people.
Yeah. Well, Jim, I gotta tell you, my mom likes her the best out of this four. So
Oh, no.
I love your
she
mom.
loves listening to her. So it's like we just need to just sit and let her just talk. And I'm her biological son. She loves her. It's like
Well, there's no contest,
there's no
really.
context. So that's awesome.
But another side benefit of working here is, I can like attend the senior luncheons,
Yes.
even though I'm not old enough to be a senior yet.
Yeah. No.
But I can attend the senior luncheon and get to know them.
Yeah.
The kids that come during the week, like when I went to church when I was a kid, because I grew up in church, like it's not like we didn't like church, but we didn't have a lot of homeschoolers and that kind of stuff. So like we didn't just hang out at the church. Like these kids come hanging out at church because they love their church.
Yeah.
And so it's like, all my little nieces and nephews or something running around here, and I get to interact with them. It's a busy place, so I get to meet a lot of people. And
But with busyness comes distraction.
there is a
So
lot of
that's a side. That's a
distractions
side. That's a maybe the other side of
Yeah.
things.
Only when the ball hits her in the head.
Yeah.
There's been times that it's gotten a little loud and a little busy, and I just have to go vent to either you or Jim. But I always do preface it with I love that they're in church.
Yes.
I love that the kids
Yeah.
like to be in church. But it's a little loud when I'm answering the phone.
Sometimes, especially when I'm on the phone and I got
Yeah.
this ball whizzing by me, it's like,
Oh, it
that's
didn't
fun.
whiz by. It smacked my computer forward into my face.
And the thing about being the secretary is you're also the front line where people see you first. So like that, you might have work to do, and we have people that like to just stop in,
Yeah.
and unfortunately, that means they want your attention. So, but that's awesome because you are so gracious to people, and you're like, I got stuff to do because I got somewhere to be, but yet you're there for people.
I don't know. If I was in their situation, I'd want to help them. Or, if it's somebody in my family, I'd want somebody to help them.
Yeah.
Even like with our work with the Agape House, we meet some interesting people.
Mm-hmm.
And it can be frustrating sometimes, but somebody in my family could be homeless sometime. And I'd want somebody to be a little more gracious with them, so,
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I like to talk. I don't know if you've noticed, but I like to talk.
One of the things is you like to know what's going on, and that's a good thing. You like to know what's going on in people's lives. So it's not like in a bad way. So like I can know stuff on people. Not that.
Right,
it's
no.
you like to know what's going on in people's lives, and that's pretty cool.
Well, another thing from moving here, one thing I've learned is how important communication is. Like, lifelong friends, and even some of my family members that I've known forever, when I moved here, stopped contacting me. If I didn't contact them, I didn't hear from them. And so, I don't know, that makes me a little more understanding of people who are in situations where maybe they're not getting a lot of contact.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I try and keep up with Cece.
Yeah.
I can't do
All
anything
the
really to
way
help her,
in Germany.
But she's all the way in Germany, and she's by herself with no family or anything around. So,
Yeah.
I try and keep up with her, and I check with Elizabeth and Jack because, I love them. So I check with them to see how they're doing, and I get big bags of fish from Jack. So there's a benefit. So,
That's right. We like those retirees that are out there
That's
fishing,
right.
and then they come and take care of us. That's awesome.
or my cucumber connection. Elizabeth's my cucumber connection. So.
Linda Freed likes to bring me, and it's the last couple years, she's done this on my birthday. She'll bring me a coconut cream pie.
Yeah.
And homemade, and I love that. What a special little thing she could do for me. And so I took a picture of it, and then sent it to her saying thanks. But that's
She came walking in with this big smile on her face.
yeah.
But Linda, June 18th. June 18th.
He's looking coconut cream, or do you have some other
Any
preference?
pie, it makes no difference. That pie, cake, whatever you want. To make
Butterscotch pie. I hate
Butterscotch?
butterscotch.
I love
So give
butterscotch.
him all the butterscotch.
Butterscotch.
You know, you can take.
So there's several people watching, actually.
Carrot
Yeah,
cake.
awesome. Well, so while you were gone, we were talking about she made comment that working here is kind of like working for the family business, and I hadn't thought about it that way. And I was like, you know, in a way, yeah, it really I like that description of it because it is the church family and the family.
Hayden's not buying it.
No,
And with every
he's like-
family, there's an outcast.
well, there's always the one that doesn't work,
The black sheep.
Yeah.
you know, that doesn't pull his weight.
That's true.
I'm not sure who that might be, but I'll just
Sometimes he
leave it at
sits back.
I'll just leave it at that.
The
Feet on
prodigal
desk.
son.
Someone who's always talking and while everybody else is working. It's like, so are you and I in competition for that position?
Well, wait,
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute here. That sounds a lot like Rustin.
it's different competition. 'Cause, like, he comes here and does something.
Yeah.
Sometimes people call and say, hey, is Rustin going to be in today?
I'm not sure where he is right
He
now.
could. I don't really know.
He'll let us know.
I should probably be careful about that. I know that they say we only work 1 day a week. I do work more than that, I promise.
I will say,
So,
I often say that you only work 1 day a week, but
Yeah.
I also know that you're here way after us a lot
yeah,
of times. Like
yeah.
last night, you never went home. You stuck right through to the business meeting.
Yeah, I stayed here
never-
till, yeah. So, but that's okay.
Sleeping in the office doesn't count.
Wait. That's not, hey, that's
Hold
not
on.
me. I can't nap. It doesn't work for me.
Actually, he technically doesn't sleep in the office. He technically goes downstairs to the nursery and sleeps on the
Oh,
couch
okay,
down there.
okay.
See, that's why you got to look in his eyes. So when I can tell. I don't know if you guys can tell, but he'll give you that look like, I'm trying so hard to pay attention to what you're saying to me. And it's like, yep, you better go get your power nap.
The youngest guy needs the most naps.
Who was it? I think it was Bill. One of our elders said, he's one of the youngest old men I've ever met. He's got hurt knees. He's got to nap all the time.
Yep.
It's like, oh, that's just too funny. I love it. So, well, we love you. We think you're pretty cool, and I know that we have more staff than the four of us, but you know, it seems to be the four of us are kind of the team during the
Yes.
week, and then
Yep.
we've got others that do come in once in a while that we value them and appreciate them too. But it's Administrative Assistants Day, so administrative professionals.
Administrative professionals.
There you go. There you go. Administrative professionals.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like when we had to say food distribution. Did you see that on the video, son? You were trying so desperately to get that clear,
Yes.
and it's like because we talk all the time, and sometimes we have to talk so fast. And
Some more than others.
yeah,
Yeah, you just said, I already admitted to that.
yeah, she
I
likes
like
to talk.
I
So
haven't heard what you love about me. Go ahead, Hayden.
Yeah, we missed that part. Hayden.
yeah, what do you
Got a
love about her,
phone
man?
call during that part.
Yeah, I got a phone call.
call, too.
Yeah. Sorry, another phone call.
No,
This is really going to hurt him, so I'm really excited about this.
We're anxious to hear.
fighting the urge to have a sarcastic answer, so you have to bear with me. Sarcasm is
Go
my love
ahead,
language.
say that's our whole language is sarcasm.
No, I appreciate our professional relationship. Professional, if you want to call it that. We all like to have fun and joke around, and
Yep.
so it really is. It's not the most unbearable thing to work with you.
That's about what I expected.
I was like, wait, are we about to see a tear?
Yeah.
Nope.
Nope. Hayden came through. It's not-
That was.
It's sad. It's not that unbearable.
It's not that unbearable.
People say that about their dogs at home.
Yeah.
I keep them around. It's not that unbearable to keep around. It's,
Yeah,
it's a pain.
That's awesome. It
Listen,
works.
I should
She
feel
knows it's.
good because he gave
Yeah.
his dog back.
Yeah,
So,
there you go.
He's keeping you around.
Yeah, to keep you out.
Oh, okay. So if you're joining us, sorry, it is administrative professional assistant, all that today, and this is our secretary Beth, and she makes us three and a whole host of others look good. And now she is not perfect.
No.
And as how do you feel about that? Like, so a lot of the stuff, like, you know, yours is on display a whole lot more than us.
Yeah.
So if something's grammatically incorrect or something like the wrong year or the wrong name or, you know, stuff like that, everybody notices it.
And points it out.
And points it out. And it's like, that's rough. How do you survive all that?
I'm telling myself that probably 80% of them are doing that in love.
Yeah, they're
just trying to help out.
They're just trying to help out.
Yeah, and there's Hayden and his bunch.
And then
No, actually, Hayden was gone yesterday when I did that ballot, and he's my proofreader, so
yeah.
one could argue that it wasn't really my error, but his error. 'Cause he
Oh.
wasn't there when I needed to have him proofread it.
Interesting.
Well, actually, two could argue,
Yes.
because I'm with you.
Perfect.
Three?
Three.
Three. There we go. I think, see, the problem is, Hayden, I was there.
He was there.
I was with her when she was making the corrections, and I didn't even notice.
And who has the doctorate in this room?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was sitting over there
Hey,
in that
that's
pew.
on Grace, not me.
I was gonna say, yeah, there was either daughter help or wife help
Yeah.
in writing and proofreading and all that. So
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
See,
See,
I need Grace around.
you need Tiffany does that real well.
Part-time
So
proofreader, help wanted.
help wanted. There we go. So anyway, so we appreciate you, and we're gonna take her out to lunch. So don't stop over at the church. We're gonna be out. It'll be locked up. So, anyways, but we're gonna.
Nate Mock, you can stop by the church and you can leave my gift on my desk.
There you go. There you go. So we want to talk about expect the unexpected, and so we did a little unexpected thing for you today. So that's why we were trying to make it a little bit fun, because I was trying to think what can be the topic that fits this, and all that stuff.
There you go.
So
I came in today after my fiasco last night.
well, and I thought about even the story of the resurrection. And we're just coming out of Easter, and I thought of this verse, and that was about. It was very unexpected. I mean, him coming back to life, they were not expecting that. Now, as you look back, he made it pretty clear he was going to rise from the dead. He was going to come back and going to be alive, but no one expected him to come back to life. That was totally unexpected. And so we should expect the unexpected from him. But anyways, it says in John 20, it says, then the disciples went back to their homes. This is after, oh, no. Is that because I want to talk about Mary Magdalene. So this was after the empty tomb, but Mary Magdalene was unaware of what was going. No. Sorry. Okay, early on in the first day of the week, while it was still dark, Mary Magdalene went to the tomb and saw that the stone had been removed from the entrance. So she came running. Okay, so she came running to Simon Peter, and then that's when those guys took off and went to find the empty tomb. So she saw that the stone was rolled, but she didn't know what was going on. Then she goes back. It says, then the disciples went back to their homes, but Mary stood outside the tomb crying. As she wept, she bent over to look into the tomb. Now, this is her first time, and she saw two angels in white seated where Jesus' body had been, one at the head and one at the other, and the other at the foot. They asked her, woman, why are you crying? They're taking away my Lord, she said, and I don't know where they have put him. At this, she turned around and saw Jesus standing there, but what? She did not realize that it was Jesus. Okay, so that was the whole point. So, woman, he said, why are you crying? I love that. Woman, and he probably had some, fun with it. Who is it that you're looking for? Thinking he was who? Anybody, do you know who she thought it was? The gardener. So thinking it was the gardener, she said, sir, if you have carried him away, tell me where you have put him, and I will get him. And Jesus said to her, Mary, just said her name. And she turned toward him and cried out in Arabic, Rabboni, which means teacher. And so it's at that point she realized, because she says she went back to the disciples and said, I have seen the Lord. So totally unexpected. She went to the empty tomb, saw the empty tomb, but didn't see Jesus until she thought he was a gardener, and he said her name, and it was like, it's you, and totally unexpected. So how do you handle the unexpected in your life? It seems like God likes to major on bringing about unexpected things.
Well, just the topic, what you continued on there with is Jesus' whole life with the disciples around him was unexpected.
Oh, yeah.
Everything that he did was unexpected. And even when you're talking about the resurrection, can you imagine? I think they probably all thought, since he spoke in parables so many times and confused them so many times, when he was describing the fact that he was going to have to do this, if I'm a disciple, I'm thinking, he doesn't really mean he's going to die. But then to see him hanging on a cross dying, totally unexpected.
Oh, that would have been unexpected, yeah.
And now, wait a minute, where's the leader? I mean, what now what?
Yeah.
You know. So, yeah, it's that whole story is, the death and the resurrection is like, that's not what we expected. Mm-hmm. We expected this fierce leader to come out and lead us and change us.
Yeah.
Now what?
Yeah. But God, but that's the thing with God, like you said, it's almost like the Lord loves to major on the unexpected, like bringing the unexpected into our lives. Because like you said earlier, you did not expect to be here in Indiana, for such a time as this, if you will. And, looking back, you could say it was the best decision of your life, right? Or
It was a lot of
at least working here.
Now you can leave again. She can say that.
Yeah.
No, even as I was making the decision, I didn't realize how good the decision was going to be. Like after I accepted Steve's proposal and knew I was moving here, and I knew it was going to be a whole new life, a different way of living, coming from the city. But I didn't realize that not only was it a physical move, but it was an emotional move. It was a spiritual move. It was a lot of things, and it was such a turning point for me in my life and my spiritual life, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, totally unexpected, not expecting to move in this direction, had no idea that God had in store what he was going to do. But
Right.
so looking forward, so what you said earlier about unexpected, it's like, I didn't expect to be a pastor here, Brighton. What do you mean didn't expect? What happened there? Or however you want to talk about that.
I was gagged and dragged.
That's part of our recruitment process.
You are it. Healed, my brother. No, and again, I go back to Christ, and once you start following him, and the unexpected, I'll change that. All my life, everything happened unexpected. I expected with high school growing up, I was going to become a teacher and a coach. So that's what I wanted to do. That was my desire.
Interesting.
And never happened. My own fault. But unexpected things always seem to get in the way.
Gotcha.
But so now fast forward to the part that now I believe in God. I believe in Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior. And even that didn't stop the unexpected. It made it even greater.
Yeah. More unexpected things happen.
The first thing was, you really like me? Why? But then unexpected things continue to happen, and that gave me a spirit of expecting the unexpected.
Sure.
Because Jesus is telling me through every story in the book here that I should be expecting the unexpected. Even though, like you're preaching every Sunday morning, be prepared. Mm-hmm. It's not unexpected. It's coming. It's real. Yeah. But still, we don't know the time frame. We don't know anything. So it's still unexpected. Yeah. So now, when my process is when someone or something happens unexpected, or someone says something to me, I'm not quite as shocked anymore, and I don't react the way I used to react. Mm. It's funny, Doc and I were just talking about that this morning at breakfast, about not unexpected, but how we sometimes react without thinking or say things without thinking, not meaning to hurt anyone or say anything, but it's just our reaction. Yeah. I used to be that way constantly, but now I think a little bit more, or I don't get upset when someone says something and I become offended right away. Oh, sure. So because I expect human beings like us, including myself, are going to say things or do things at time that's unexpected.
Oh, yeah.
we really heard that or seen that from that person. Well, but it might not have been the way they meant it to be.
Oh, sure.
It just happened. It was unexpected.
Yeah.
So unexpected things in my life for as far as here as a pastor to church, yeah, I mean, I was asked to be a pastor somewhere else. I went through that process and kind of said, well, you know the story there. I said no. I turned it down. And then unexpectedly,
Yeah.
within a week, you asked me if I
we
would be
approached
willing
you.
to come here.
Yeah.
Not I was already here, but if I'd be willing to take that position. I didn't expect that at all. I was like, wait a minute, I just turned one down. So I guess I liked you better. I don't know, yeah.
We're probably way more fun than we're.
Yeah,
this
this is way more fun.
There's a great
Yeah.
crew there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so unexpected things just
Yeah.
continually happen. But now I've
Absolutely.
learned to expect it from all of anyone around me too. That unexpected is just going to happen.
Yeah, and we tend to have a fear of the unexpected because we like to be in control and have things planned, but it's in those unexpected moments that sometimes we really see God at work like that, a lot of ways, like you're talking. Even in, like you say, pain and difficult moments, it's like there's still, even in the unexpected, like we were talking earlier, we had to deal with some negative comments towards the church, and it was one of those things where it's like you didn't expect that. It was kind of out of the blue, but yet, and it's interesting our reactions, that we all, that we have, towards those things, and Hayden's thought was, why don't we reach out and kind of try to check in and see, and in so doing, you find out, they really needed some encouragement. They had some things going on in their life. We just happened to be the lightning rod for whatever was going on, and that's unfortunate. But even in that unexpected moment, God did something really, really good too, and which is pretty cool.
Well, I think God at times allows the unexpected to happen in our life just to help us understand the grace, the mercy that we need to show others.
Yeah.
Or, you talk about unexpected sorrow. I mean, we didn't expect to lose our son.
Yeah.
But when it happened, without him, don't know how we got through. I mean, I hear that's a cliche. I know I hear that all the time, but it's the truth. I mean, when unexpected gets that deep, you need that support system, and that support system is Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah.
To be able to give you what you need to get through those times. So there's always an outlet, and He is it.
Oh, absolutely. You've had to deal with some unexpected things in your life, and
yeah, he's getting ready to. He's getting married.
you have a whole host of unexpected things coming.
Let's hear about it, Hayden.
Well, I guess throughout this whole, kind of expect the unexpected thing, my thoughts immediately went towards Joe.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, talk about getting hit by a train. Like, this guy had his entire life ripped away. I mean, you can't always be prepared. I think like Jim is talking about, but
Yeah.
like actually tonight in our youth group lesson, I'm going to be talking about fear. And there's two things that we always need to recognize. One, that we have no control, and two, that God has all the control. And that there's a lot of stuff with the wedding right now, a lot of stress adding up, different things here and there, that it's like, wow, this couldn't happen at a worse time. Not the wedding, the other circumstances.
Great clarification.
Yeah.
The other circumstances.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's getting stressful. And
Yeah.
so a few weeks ago, I was dealing with the camping trip and just all the obstacles we were having to jump over with that, and experiencing a lot of anxiety. And I just the week before, I just talked about anxiety at youth group, and I was like, man, I need to put my money where my mouth is. Like, no matter what happens, God is working things out for the good of those who are called according to His purpose.
Yeah.
Who love God. So I'm like, okay, God, whatever happens, with this wedding, God, whatever happens, we know. We trust You. So
Yeah.
my 2 cents on it.
So I had a kind of an unexpected scenario the other day. We got a call here at the church, and just a person that needed some assistance, and Beth kind of took the call, and she was, talking to the individual and got the story, and they needed to talk to me, and I really didn't want to talk, because I was like, I don't know who this person is. They're a stranger, to me, and it sounds like a kind of a strange story, and it was just kind of like, and so, luckily there was a lot of things going on that I didn't have to take the call at that time. So, but God had other plans. It was unexpected. I did not expect it. But anyways, the individual called and got a hold of me, and it was when you were gone. So the buffer was removed, and they ended up talking to me, and come to find out they just needed some advice on a scenario that my family is quite aware of, and it was almost like it was exactly what the guy needed to hear from me, even though I was not thinking in that way. It was a completely unexpected moment, and it was in that moment where I realized, wow, I sometimes am missing some opportunities to see God at work because I don't want the unexpected. Maybe I'm afraid of what might come out of it. So that was pretty cool. I walked away going, that was so bizarre. Never would have anticipated things going like that, but that was, so to expect, like you said, expect the unexpected with the Lord. It's just, I think it's meant to be a part of the story, which in that you get to see really cool things. So you were about to say something. Were you about to, you had your mic earlier after Hayden was.
We all seen you. You had your mic.
You had your mic coming up, and I was like, she's got something good. I'll get my story in, and she can go.
I have no idea what I was going to say.
So, all right. Well, that's all I got. I just wanted to talk about that. How do you deal with the unexpected? It seems like it's going to be part of the Christian walk with the Lord, that it's kind of an adventure where it's like trust that the Lord, even if it's unexpected, trust that the Lord's got this under control. And then it's like you said, he's got all the control. And it'll be good. It won't be bad. I mean,
It'll be good.
And when you have to,
through it.
yeah, when you have to move down to Indiana from Michigan and all that stuff, or when you're,
Yeah, look how your lives have been enhanced by me moving down here
Oh.
to Indiana.
Exactly.
yeah,
Yes.
totally.
Exactly.
What?
So, what would we want to ask those who are watching regarding this topic? What would you have to say to them about expecting the unexpected? How would you encourage them today?
Well, you're not going to get out of it, so
It's going to happen.
it's going to happen. So,
James chapter 1, man.
like he was saying, just you have to keep that thought that all things work together for good.
All things work together for good. That's a good verse.
Yeah.
And then were you looking for James or something?
No, dude. Go ahead and finish that.
Yeah, finish it off.
For the good of those who are called according to his purpose.
So
Yeah.
have you ever been in a situation where you take that scripture and while you're in the situation say, and hear the Holy Spirit tell you, but he wasn't calling you. You put yourself there.
There are times.
Whoops.
Yeah, I did that to myself. But maybe even in that, where something unexpected happened that shows the grace and mercy of God, that it's like, that shouldn't have been the outcome, even though I did that. And
Well, we should always expect the unexpected from Christ, okay? But on the other hand, I think we should always be in prayer for every decision we're making so that we don't put ourselves into the unexpected
yeah,
by our own.
yeah,
So that's my encouragement for today. Pray in all situations.
yes. Pray in all circumstances. I think there's a Bible verse that says
there is,
something
there
about. That's awesome.
In many places he tells us, pray. Seek me out.
Oh, anything else? Any final word?
Next time you see Hayden, he'll be a married man.
That's right. That's right.
Unless you're coming to the wedding, in which case,
You would see.
yeah, you'd
But you'll be a married man that day, too.
Yeah, but
You'll see both sides of him.
Prepare yourself.
The single and then married. Oh, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a great weekend, and so it'll be great. When is does she have some of her stuff already moved in? Like,
Tomorrow.
oh, okay, starting to bring the load over. And is there much? Because I mean,
No, not a whole lot.
obviously clothes and stuff, but
She's more concerned about getting all the clothes and stuff over and all the smaller stuff because we're waiting a week between the honeymoon and the wedding. So if we need to start moving or finish moving stuff in during that week,
yeah, you got time.
that big.
Well, that's cool.
So
Well,
Well,
that's
I think
cool.
that's pretty bold that he would go ahead and start moving things in without knowing the rings on the finger yet.
Yeah.
You know?
that was her words.
Just getting them in there. Hey, just getting it in there, getting prepared. It'll be fun. It'll be fun.
Back out if her stuff's there, so.
That's right. That's right. We're just trying to get, yeah.
It's in my house now.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
You better start learning how to change your language, son.
I love you.
That's awesome. Well, hey, listen, if you know Beth, or you don't know Beth, send her a word of encouragement, whether it be a text or an email, and highlight maybe an area of error, like when she did something in the bulletin that I'm sure she'd love that, just to
Pointing out all my errors.
point all those errors out.
I have a collection in my computer. Just email it to me, then I'm gonna make a case to the elders here soon.
Yeah, and so let's just make sure we let her know how much we appreciate her. She's awesome, and we're glad she's part of the team. And
Amen.
so God bless you, and keep up the good work, and
Well, thanks, guys.
or
Appreciate it.
whatever you feel you do.
Well, I work.
That's right, she
Trying
does.
to keep two of these three. He's pretty self-sufficient, I've got to say.
Yeah.
I got to keep YouTube in line. And
Yeah,
going.
yeah, I noticed that. She's kind of focused on us. I don't know why, but that's okay.
Squeaky as wheels. You get the oil.
So anyways, well, we're going to go have some lunch. So, hey. That's right. That's right. So we're going to have some lunch. Have a great day. If you know of an administrative assistant that works for you or serves you, make sure you thank them for
Amen.
what they do. So anyways, have a great day.
Have a good day, guys.
And
you.
we'll see you.